Say action.
Action.
All right, welcome, boys and girls, to the Green Shrub Show. All right, so right now we have a base coat. However, we need to kind of change it up a little bit. Right now it's too light, so with shrubs, I'll start dark and go lighter and lighter. I'll be mixing yellow and black for a nice earthy green. Classic. And I have some of this. This is a very dangerous color. Don't use too much of that. Mainly for green, you just want to use black and yellow, and you get this nice earthy green. All right, so first I'm gonna start too dark at first. Scrub it in there, clean up the lines, there you go. Oh, a little egg, I went over it a little bit. That's okay. All right, so now I'm going over it all kind of dark. You could have some variety in there if you wanted to. Armpit, oop, that tickled. Okay, so now all I'm doing is getting a dark base coat. Now, as I go higher though, I'll go ahead and get a little bit lighter. So darker on the bottom, a little lighter on the top. That's where light's going to go through it and what have you. So I have some of that permanent green in there. You have to use a bright brush. A small bright brush works out really well with this. And I'm going to build it up with several layers. Right now though, this is all dark and the brush strokes are kind of scumbling, like this direction, that direction, etc. What you don't want to do is have systematic brush strokes. Like over here, it was just dots. It was like dot, 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 dot. So instead of dots, we want to scumble. I like to call it the scumbleina approach. All right, clean edge there. Now for the top of it, where we're not gonna have it too neat where it's all perfectly trimmed. I'll have some of the leaves and stuff go above it. I'll take this, and so to get a nice leaf, press down kind of solid here, and then down. Again, so it's going to be, I melt the kit a little bit, a nice sharp edge, squish and down. Then I'll have another one right here, just a little leaf on top. So I'm going to do some of these leaves. I could also do a twiglet, and then have some leaves on top of that. I'll blur them out. All right, so then it's important too to have some random leaves. So watch this one. This leaf is going to be floating. Start off skinny, pull it down diagonal, go back to diagonal again. Little leaf there. That variety will have the illusion that most of these are leaves, even though they're just all just a crappy brown mix. Okay, we'll pretend that's kind of dry. And now we're going to start building up lighter values. I'm going to take the, so some of them will be patches though. So with the patches part, I'll add a little bit of white to it too to make it more of a tint. All right, so I got a little bit of a tint. Yeah, I do. All right, so these are patches, so they're not leaves. Put down the patches here. I'll do a chunk here so it looks like it's coming out. And some of the shadows are left behind. All right, so now I'll take my finger, blur it out so you can't see the brush strokes. Corona. And blur that, haze it out. Now we're starting to get the hazes in there. And over here, I can leave this like a big dark chunk. Then I could have this chunk come out, or it's you have light values. What you're telling your audience or your viewer of your painting is that this sticks out more. So if you have a dark section, that means it goes in. Light means it comes out. Now I'll mix up some color changes. Maybe a little more brown in there. Don't be afraid to mix up colors. Like this brown, I'm going silly with it right now. So, brown, green, a little bit of a mix. I'm using raw sienna right now. Raw sienna, and these are the blobs. Raw sienna blob, and I blur it out. Just tap it. Once you get your overall form, we'll be able to change things up a little bit. All right, so right now that's the basic structure of it, which is step number 1. Well, maybe it's step number 3. Could be step number 4. All right, so now what I'm going to do is show the raw sienna is a good color. So yellow, raw sienna, a little black for the bright green, cadmium yellow. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and make some branches where you'll be able to see them through the little chunks of leaves. So this is going to make it look more three-dimensional. A little bit of like light tan, so right in here, Start section. I'll have like a little trunk of a tree kind of thing going there. Another one right here. Kind of cute. And then through here, like this little dark section, I could have another viewing of a little sticky branch. The reason why I do it in the dark sections is because the light sections are sticking out more, so you probably won't see the branches. Now I'll come in with a little bit of a highlight. Could go yellow, ochre, and white. So I'll come in here, yellow ochre, making that stand out more. And so now I have like the deep pockets that are in there. All right, so now I'm gonna add a little twiglet on top. This could be like a dead branch or whatever else. I'll come in here, like a little twiglet. A branch twiglet, then we'll have another one coming right out of here. See a little twiglet? Isn't it cute? Yeah, it's kind of adorable. All right, so now that I have that part done, so I got my basic shrub shape, I got the basic contours, I got my branch, where it's coming from. Everybody knows it's a shrub now, not a tree because of the shape. It could be a baby tree, I guess. And what I'm gonna do now is mix up a lighter value tree or leaves. So here, now these, the more contrast your leaves are, the better they have to be. So in other words, these are gonna be kind of bright. So for bright, gotta spend more time. They can't be blobs. So watch this. I'm gonna come here, down and spin, down and spin. And it gives you like these little leaf things. I'll skip around. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. So otherwise it's too systematic again. So I got two more bright leaves here. They're kind of drifting down. I'll do another one over here. Now you're starting to see too many leaves, where you can see like every single leaf. Take your finger, blur it out just a little bit so people don't expect to see every single leaf. Where do they go? Is that a leaf or is that a blob? I don't know. That mystery keeps things rolling. Over here in this section, super dark here and then kind of light there. So this would be a great spot to do really good leaves. So go really careful. Squish down. So you squish down, down, and then turn the brush, rotate the brush. And you put more pressure on it in the middle of it. So watch this. Down, more pressure, spin. Down, more pressure, spin. Now I gotta change color. All right, so I have some leaves there. Another couple on this side, sure. All right, so now I'm gonna come in with some dead leaves. So they're not perfect, so I'm gonna do the raw sienna again. Raw sienna and white. And then, Matt, next time you have questions, write bigger. I'll come in here, so these are the lighter tan ones. Couple there maybe. Couple over here. And the reference for how to do this, I learned this from William Bouguereau. Great guy. So that could be done. See, these are softer, some are more distinct, but that could be done. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, that is the end of the Shrub Show. All right.